There is a massive difference between being average and being in shape, and women feel this difference instantly. Let me ask you this. Have you ever gone out, say, to the mall or a bar, or let's say just walking around outside, and you start to notice women, smiling at you or trying to come up and start a conversation? Has this ever happened to you? If your answer is no and this really hasn't happened to you, then the truth is women probably just don't find you that attractive. And a big reason for that is because you are out of shape. And I know because I was that guy. I was in the same boat. And it wasn't until I actually got in shape that I really started to notice this massive difference between being invisible to women and actually getting noticed. So in this video, I'm going to show you why it is absolutely crucial that you get in shape so that you can actually stand out from the crowd and that you can actually be considered attractive. And then the steps on how to do it. So let's hop in. So a little bit of a story about me. When I was out of shape, I had just got to college. It was my freshman year. I had just gotten out of a bad breakup. So I was pretty depressed, right? I was feeling down on myself. I didn't work out or anything like that. And I was eating a bunch of junk food. I was pretty much cooked. I wasn't really getting noticed at all. And, I could tell. And I remember I'd go to class. I'd see a lot of pretty women, stuff like that in class. But I'd never go up and talk to anyone. I'd never go on any dates or anything like that because my confidence was so low, right? And I knew that I wasn't really standing out to them, so I wasn't really getting any choosing signals or anything like that either. And so what I realized is that if I actually wanted to be able to stand out from the crowd and stand out from everyone else that, all these women were talking to, then I had to find a way to do that. I had to find a way to become attractive. I got to level up my fitness game. I got to get in shape. And so I started researching celebrity workouts, like Hollywood movie stars and stuff like that, right? Started looking up, at the time, I remember Creed had just came out. So I had looked up Michael B. Jordan's workout program. I used to love watching, like Captain America and Thor and stuff like that. So, I started looking at these celebrity bodies and I was like, you know what? I need to build something like that. I need to build that nice V-shaped taper, the wide shoulders, the small waist, the nice arms, the nice chest and things like that. And so I really just started researching. I started eating better. I started dieting, threw away all the junk food and everything, right? And really just started to level up. And then interesting enough, when I started going to the gym consistently and, started making a little bit of gains and things like that, I started to notice that women were acting a little bit different around me. I would look around and I'd see women staring at me while I'm, hitting a workout. They'd be trying to get into my vicinity. Like they'd try to get near me. They'd literally come, like if I was all the way on the other side of the room hitting a workout, I would see women like pick up their dumbbells or something like that. And they would literally go in like the same space as me and like start working out next to me, right? So I was like, well, that's strange. It was just something I was starting to pick up on. And mind you, this was before I was even, really starting to get into great shape. This was like my first 6-7 months, kind of hitting the gym consistently. But I could notice like the energy was just a little bit different at that point. So not too long after I had started hitting the gym consistently, I remember one time I went to the mall, right? I went to the mall, I was working a sales job at the time, so I had a nice suit on, arms were starting to pop out, shoulders were starting to pop out, we were looking pretty good, right? So I was just walking in the mall, and then this white girl came up to me, right? And she was looking pretty good. So this attractive white girl comes up to me, and she literally just asked me out the blue. She's like, "Hey, can I buy you a cup of coffee?" And mind you, this is, still early on in my journey. So I was sitting there and I was like, wait, you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So, I was kind of shocked because I had never had a woman at that time ever, come up to me and, offer to buy me a cup of coffee. So I was like, you know what? Okay, sure. So anyway, she ends up buying me a cup of coffee. We hit it off and, I'll leave the rest to your imagination. So what I realized, and my main point, is that guys, when you get in shape, your body becomes your social proof. It tells women, hey, this guy works out. This guy is masculine. This guy takes care of himself. This guy has discipline. You know what I'm saying? These are all traits that women find attractive, and it all comes from working out. It all comes from taking care of yourself and actually leveling up your physique. And all these traits are what women find attractive from a physical standpoint. Now, we're not even talking about money. We're not even talking about status. We're talking about just pure physical attraction. If you have a good physique, you are going to stand out from everyone else who does not have a good physique, which is like 99% of the population. You got to get on body game. You got to get in shape. And it's not just for women, guys. I mean, getting in shape is going to help your overall confidence. It's going to improve your overall quality of life, your health. It's going to, lower your risk of heart attack, stroke, diabetes, all of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So really getting in shape is a win-win. You become attractive and you improve your entire well-being. So it's a perfect level up. I really don't understand why most men don't do this. Because the thing is, if you aren't able to stand out, guys, you are gonna be completely invisible. So with that being said, here are my 3 steps that you need to do and implement right now to start leveling up your life and start leveling up your body. Number 1, and this is a given, you gotta start hitting the gym consistently. I recommend a minimum, an absolute minimum, guys, of 3 days per week. Now, you really want to actually work out 4, 5, heck, even 6 days a week, because that's going to give you the maximum amount of gains in the quickest amount of time. But at absolute minimum, you got to work out at least 3. This is going to allow you to start building muscle and actually start shaping up your physique. So the shoulders, the arms, the plate of armor chest, the nice V taper, which is the shoulder to waist ratio, right? This is the exact type of body that you see the celebrities with. You know what I'm saying? Like a Michael B. Jordan, a Chris Hemsworth, a Aaron Pierre, a Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Like they all have this similar shape. Number 2, if you're fat and overweight, you got to start eating in a calorie deficit immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to start losing that fat. It's just unhealthy. So you want to make sure that you're in at least a 300 to a 500 calorie deficit each and every day. Now, if you don't know what a calorie deficit is, I've also made some videos on the channel that runs you through this exact breakdown. So I definitely recommend watching those after you watch this one. And if you're more on the skinny side, then you need to make sure that you're building mass and adding mass to your frame. So you're gonna wanna be in what's called a caloric surplus. And this means that you're gonna eat a little bit more calories than you're currently eating. So then when you combine this with weightlifting consistently, you really start to shape up nicely. And number 3, you wanna start improving your style. Even while you're still building your physique, you want to start improving your style, guys. Like you want to start looking for nice fitting clothes so that it, fits well on your frame. You want to figure out what type of jewelry you can possibly accessorize with. You know what I'm saying? So whether that be a watch, whether that be, like a chain or something and some earrings, whatever it is. I mean, you're going to figure it out as you go, but this is definitely something you want to do. And you also want to make sure that you're getting nice, clean haircuts, at least, every 2.5 weeks. And that's going to make sure that you're always looking fresh so that you can always appear to be your most attractive. Now, I want you to take all the steps today and actually start implementing them, because not only are you going to become more attractive, but you're also going to become a lot more confident, and how you feel about yourself is really going to skyrocket. Now, if you personally want me to help you step by step to lose weight, to get in shape, to become more attractive, then you're definitely gonna wanna hit the link in the description below and apply for my one-on-one coaching. That's it for this video, guys. God bless, and I'll catch you next time.